Hey everybody, and happy Sunday. Where did the weekend go? I don't even know. We did get a lot accomplished this weekend, and I've spent most of today doing administrative paperwork, aka paying bills, because I just don't have time at work. Between Sasha going nuts and business, I just don't have time. So I did it today. So now we need to do some yoga because I've been sitting in a chair for most of today. So we will start off with our magic yoga cube to see what we're gonna get today. Woo! Let's see. As it bounces all over the place. Perfect. Cobra pose. And why is that perfect? Because, hey Mary, getting a preview for tomorrow's class. It's perfect because I'm going to focus on stretching our sides and our spine today. So, Cobra is a good spine stretch. All right, so let's get started. Find your favorite wall for our sun salutations. Let's bring the feet to hip width apart or a little bit wider. And that's what I knew. Miss Kelly has joined the party. All right, I love that. Love to see you guys, even if I can't see you guys. All right, let's come into mountain pose, bringing the feet to hip width apart or a little bit wider, arms down by your side, palms are open. Get that nice deep yoga breath going. On your next inhale, taking your arms up to the sky, interlace your fingers. On the exhale, bending to the left. Inhale back to center, and exhale, bend to the right. Inhale back to center, separate your hands, soften your knees, and fold forward. Ah, that feels good. Yeah, big time. Let your head lead you on the inhale, rise back to standing, hands come together and into your heart, into Anjali Mudra. We're going to step to the wall, extend the arms fully. On the exhale, coming down. On the inhale, coming back up. Inhale, taking your left leg back. Lengthening out through the heel. Stretch it out, baby. Then we'll step back up. And on your next inhale, take the right foot back. Oh, yeah. Inhale, coming back up. Exhale, walking out into half down dog. Breathe. Inhale, coming back up. Push away from the wall. Inhale, take your arms up, palms together. Exhale, fold. Inhale, hands to the shins. Exhale, fold. And inhale, rise back to standing, hands into your heart. On the inhale, sweeping your arms out to the side and up to the ceiling, interlace those fingers. On the exhale, we're going to bend to the right. Inhale back to center and exhale, bend to the left. Inhale back to center, separate your hands, soften your knees and fold forward. Let your head lead you on the inhale, rise back to standing, step to the wall, straighten your arms. On the exhale, coming down, inhale, coming up, and your next inhale will take the right leg back, always adjusting your hands if you need to. Then inhale, stepping back up, and on your next inhale, take your left leg back. Oh, that feels so good. Inhale, coming back up. Exhale, walk out into half down dog. Inhale, back up. Push away from the wall. Ooh, I pushed so far I almost fell over. Inhale, taking the arms up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, hands to the shins. Exhale, fold. And inhale, rise back to standing, bringing the hands into Anjali Mudra, and then coming back to the top of your mat. And happy Sunday to you, Miss Kelly. All right, so let's come back into mountain pose. Relax your shoulders. Really breathing. Rooting down into your mat. Debbie is in the house! My evil twin has returned. I'm so happy. Yay! All right. Nice deep breaths. Inhale, taking your arms up. Let's interlace the fingers once again. And on the exhale, we're going to bend to the left. Because as I said, we're going to focus on sides and spine. Inhale back to center and exhale, bend to the right. So just move with your own breath from one side to the other, stretching out the side of the body. Keeping the breath going. And then on your next inhale, we're going to separate the hands, soften the knees, and let's fold forward. So you can take your hands either, back up a little, to the backs of your legs, to the block, to the mat, or if you want to come into half standing forward bend, your hands can go to your shins. Either way is fine with me. If you're in full standing forward bend, let your head hang down. Just breathe. Nice deep breaths. That just feels so good. Then we'll let our heads lead us so we don't get dizzy as we come back to standing. Of course, some of us are dizzy naturally, like me. All right, so let's see. Oh, wait, I haven't finished, have I? Let's do our balancing pose now, and then we'll go into some other stuff. So when you're talking about sides and spine, the balancing pose that comes most to mind for me is going to be Baby Dancer because it stretches out your spine. So if you want the wall for this, go ahead and go to the wall. If you need a strap, or if you just want the strap so that you can get into it a little bit further, you can do that as well, or you can just go into it. So find your focal point. Start on a nice strong left leg. When you're ready, grabbing hold of the right foot and opening up into Baby Dancer. Breathe. Woo! And then I fell out of it. So remember, if you fall out of a balancing pose, you've got to build it from scratch again. You can't just pop right back into it. And of course, as in every balancing pose, you decide when to come out of it. So when you're ready, release your hand, release your foot, switch to the other side. Find your focal point first. I seem to be very unsteady on my feet today. And then you're going to take your left foot into your left hand and open it up. And I fell out on that side too. I am having some issues this afternoon. There we go. Nope. Okay, so like I said, whenever you're ready to come out of it, go ahead and release your hand, release your leg. So if you ever want to try it with the strap to get more extension, basically you're going to take the strap around the ball of your foot, and I'll do it on this side so you can see what my hand does. The trick on this is the hand part because you have to rotate your wrist so that you get it in the right place. So if you're going to use the strap, then what you're going to do is start to bring the leg up. And you can see where my arm is. There's my forearm. And then when you start to come up, you rotate. So now the back of my arm is up. And then I grab the strap with both hands. You got to be pretty steady on your feet to do that one. And you could use the wall too. But it gives you nice extension and stretch. Okay, so back to the top of our mats. Inhale, let's take the arms up, palms come together. Exhale, folding down to the mat once again. And on your next inhale, we're going to take the right leg back. So you're in a high lunge on the left side. Make sure your knee is stacked over your ankle. We're going to root down into the feet, inhale, and rise into warrior one, which is also a pretty nice stretch of the spine. Because we're in somewhat of a back bend position. Making sure the body is at center. Remember, if your hands or arms get tired, just bring them into prayer. But right now I'm good. Keep breathing. Then exhale the hands down to the hips. We're going to step the back foot in, level out the hips, and straighten the left leg. Then bring your hands behind you, either interlacing your fingers or pushing the palms toward one another. Exhale, lengthen to the floor or towards the floor, not to the floor. That would be hard. You'd have to have really long arms. And you can look forward or up to the ceiling. This opens up the chest and the shoulders. And then we'll look forward, bring the hands back to the hips, step the right leg back up to join the left. Then once again, we're going to inhale the arms up, exhale, fold, and this time we're going to take the left leg back. You can keep that back foot raised or set it slightly down on the mat. Root down into your feet and inhale, up we come. Yes. Very nice. Just breathe. Making sure your body is at center. And I know that's hard to do when I'm not there to tell you, but if you feel like you're leaning forward and about to race into the other wall, then you're too far forward. I feel a little bit of a bend right in the lower part of my back when I'm in the right place. Then we'll exhale the hands down to the hips. Step the back foot in, straighten the front leg, level out your hips, hands come behind you, lengthen towards the floor, and look up or straight ahead. And this gives you a little bit of a back bend as well, so you're flexing that spine. And then exhale, bring the hands back to the hips, step the left foot back up to join the right, and since we've already done our balancing posture, we're going to head to the floor. So I'm going to go ahead and move you down. All right. Inhale, let's take the arms up. Exhale, fold, hands to the mat, and we're going to walk out in downward facing dog. Nice deep breaths. Then on the next inhale, we're going to come out into plank. So take your feet back and together. Level out your body as much as you can. Push into your palms. Then on the exhale, we're going to drop the knees and we're going to come down to the mat either through 8-point, or if you don't want to do 8-point, gotta move those blocks out of the way, you can just shift back and then crawl down on your belly. But if you want to do 8-point, you're going to keep the elbows glued in, and then buns stay in the air, and inchworm down to the mat, and here we are. And we're going to do Cobra because that's what the Magic Yoga Cube told us to do. So, hands stay in towards the base of the chest, elbows stay glued in, tops of the feet are flat, knees are lifted. Let the breath raise and lower you, but not coming up past your belly button. And then we'll exhale down. Okay, so I'm going to give you your choice of what you want to do. Since we are focusing on sides and spine, you can either do bow pose, or if you prefer, you can do locust. So if you want to do bow, you're going to go ahead and bend your knees, grab hold of your feet or your ankles, And then on the inhale, you're gonna lift upper and lower body. If you wanna do locust, you're gonna keep your legs straight. You're gonna take your arms down by your side and then push like you've got a beach ball between your hands and inhale, lifting upper and lower body. So whenever you're ready, go for it. Nice deep breaths. Kelly's flying on our magic carpet. And then we'll exhale all the way down. Ooh, my nose itched. And then we'll bring the hands back to the base of the chest, drop the knees, and let's come up onto all fours. So if you need a blanket to cushion your knees, go ahead and get that. And I would recommend folding it in half. And then we're gonna come to standing on our knees. So I'm gonna move my props out of the way again. All right, so we're gonna start, we're gonna go into gate pose, and we're gonna extend the left leg out first. So the left leg will come out to the side with the toes pointed either forward or to the side. That depends on your body. We'll inhale the arms up, and on the exhale, we'll hinge out over that leg, bringing the left hand to the shin or to the thigh, but avoid your knee. The right arm can come straight up or over. I'm just not in good camera position today. I'm having issues, and I'm not sure what those issues are. All right, there we go. Stretching out the right side of the body. I love gate pose because I think it's one of the best side stretches that there is. It's really, really good. Just keep that breath going. Then we're going to inhale the arms back up. Drop the right hand now to the floor or the mat, whichever. Bring your left arm up and lift your left foot. And the foot is going to be flexed. So this is Ardha Chandrasana, half moon pose. A lot easier to do it on your knees than standing. Then if you want to, you can grab hold of your foot and open up into sugar cane. So now we stretch the side, and if you're doing sugar cane, you've also stretched your back very nicely. But if you don't want to do sugar cane, don't worry about it. Inhale the leg back out, exhale the leg down, inhale the arms up, and then take your hands to the mat and bring your left knee back in. And then we'll bring the right leg out, and you'll notice that one side's going to be easier than the other. For me, it's easier to stretch on the left side. I don't know why. Inhale the arms up, exhale, and we'll come over hinging to the right and bringing the left arm up. I think for me this side has become difficult because of the problems I'm having with my groin, which are getting better, but you know, it is what it is. Just breathe. You know, and I always tell you guys, I've told you this for 6 years, just do what you can, don't worry about the rest, you know, because that's the nice thing about this place, about Kula Connections and about Yoga Kula when we have the studio, is that you're good enough as you are, you know, you don't have to be anything more than that. Let's inhale the arms up, exhale coming over onto the left palm, right arm comes up, right leg is lifted, the toes are flexed, or the foot is flexed. Yeah, if the toes are flexed, the foot kind of follows suit, doesn't it? Yep, and then if you want to reach back and grab hold and open up into sugar cane, you can do so. Totally optional. Then we'll inhale, lengthen out, exhale the foot down, inhale the arms up, hands come down to the mat. And let's go through a little bit of cat-cow, shall we? Yes. All right. So bring the wrist underneath the shoulders, spreading your fingers wide. Knees are underneath the hips, tops of the feet are flat. Inhale, drop your belly, look up to the ceiling. Exhale, round your back and bring your chin into your chest. Just keep moving with your own breath. Moo. Meow. Oh, yeah. And if you want to pause for a beat at the top and bottom of each breath, feel free. It's your practice. And it's my practice. It's our practice collectively. Oh, there's a fly in here. Ugh, I really don't like flies. They're so annoying. And at the end of your next exhale, bring your back to neutral. And then you can either come into child's pose or happy puppy, your choice. So if you want to come into child's pose, you're going to have your feet together, widen your knees as much as you need them to be. Set the hips back toward the heels. The arms can be out in front or down by your side. If you want to come into happy puppy, buns stay in the air. Arms come out in front of you. Melt your chest and forehead down toward the mat. Oh yes, that feels so good. Oh. It's just a different stretch, and you know, I think everybody kind of has their favorite, and that's cool. Just breathe, stretch it out. Then at the end of your exhale, walk your hands back in and we'll come down to seated. So we're going to go ahead and extend both legs out in front of us. I need to scoop my mat forward, but it's not moving. I'm just not getting good position here with the camera today. I don't know why. I'm too far back. Okay. Let's try this again. There we go. So feet are flexed. Pull your buns out. Butt luggage going on a trip? Yeah. Hands down by your side. Palms are gently pushing into the mat. Relax your shoulders. And just breathe, sitting up nice and straight in Dandasana, staff pose. Yeah. It feels good to just be on the mat and relaxing. Keep the breath going. Now, if you need to widen your legs out to prepare for a seated forward bend, go ahead and do so. On your next inhale, taking the arms up, bringing the palms to shoulder width apart and they're facing one another. Lengthen coming out of the waist, and exhale, fold from the top of the thighs. Taking your hands either to the outside edges of your feet, to your shins, to the mat. If you want to use your strap, just take it around the balls of your feet. Make sure your elbows are back by your side and your hands are at the ends of the strap. That way your arms are doing the work, not your body. And remember, especially when you're using a strap, it's not about getting down to your toes. Because if you try to go down to your toes, you're going to close off really badly and it hurts right up the back of your legs. So especially with the strap, you want to keep those elbows guided back and open your shoulders and just stay in more of an upright position. But if you're not using the strap, of course you can come down further. But again, it's not about reaching the piggies. It's about getting a nice, good stretch. So try to project your heart forward. That draws your shoulders back and keeps everything nice and open. Keep your neck in a neutral position. Crown of the head lined up down the spine. And breathe. Some days you just gotta breathe, breathe, breathe. I mean, you gotta breathe every day, but you know what I mean. Feel some movement in the stretch as you're breathing, even if it's minimal. It doesn't have to be as big as what I do. When I breathe my yoga breath, I tend to get a lot of movement in my body. But I know that a lot of you, when you're breathing even that deeply, your movement is minimal, and that's fine. But you don't want to just go into it and stick there, because then you're not giving your body the chance to kind of expand and contract, if that makes any sense. You're pulling the muscles too hard for a long period of time. So we want to kind of have that ebb and flow sort of deal going on. Then on your next inhale, we're going to take the arms out in front of us, up to the ceiling. Interlace your fingers with the index fingers pointing. Keep your head between your arms, and we're going to round the spine, coming into Mira Dandasana spine pose. So once again, we're focusing on that spinal flexibility, your spinal health. It's often said in yoga that you're only as young as your spine is flexible. So try and keep that going. Starts to shake. Embrace the shakes. I'm not shaking today. That's weird. All right, we're going to inhale, coming back up. Separate your hands, fold forward again, and then wiggle your buns out from under you because you know they got squinched when we went into that. Technical yoga term, I created it. Once again, we're in seated forward bend. And you might notice that this time into it, you're feeling a little more flexible than you were before, just because we've come back to it. Maybe not. Just breathe. And then we'll exhale and come back up. So let's bring the right foot flat to the mat, and you can adjust it anywhere along your leg that you like. We'll bring the right hand behind us. On the inhale, we're going to bring the left arm up, and on the exhale, we're going to twist to the right in Marishasana 3. So of course, twists are always beneficial for the spine. Yeah. And you can approach this in any way you'd like with your hands. So you can wrap your arm around the knee, you can take your hand to the knee, or the arm can go to the outside with the palm down or up. It's up to you. Backhand is very light support, or you can use it to kind of give you a little bit more torque in your twist. And you can look to the side or over your shoulder. So if you look over your shoulder, that gives more of a twist to the whole thing. It just completes it. But if your neck is bothering you, don't do that. Then we'll exhale, turn forward, extend that leg back onto the mat, and bring your left foot flat to the mat. Left hand will come behind us. Inhale the right arm up. Exhale, twist to the left. Yes. I like to do twists every day because they're so beneficial for the spine. Just always remember that when you twist, you want to twist a nice tall spine so that there's equal space between the vertebrae. And then we'll exhale and turn forward. So we're going to go into frog pose. We haven't done that in a while. So get my 2 blankets and move my thing out of the way. Everything's in the way. So I'm going to take 2 blankets that are folded in thirds, and I'm going to put the folded ends together and the fringed ends on the outside. Let's see. Yeah. Okay. I don't know what I'm doing. So I'm going to do this on the side of my mat. So right now my knees are on my mat, the blankets are out to the side of my mat. Then you're going to put 1 knee on each blanket, except now you can't see me for sure, so I'm going to move this over this way. Doing a lot of moving around today. All right, 1 knee on each blanket. Hands to the mat because you want to steady yourself as you're doing this. You don't want to just pop into it. And then on the exhale, you're going to keep your toes together and widen your knees out. So now I'm doing a little bit of a sit down almost. You can stay up on your palms if you want, or you can come down onto your forearms. You can rest your head on a block. Or if you're Debbie, you can just lay out on the floor and, you know, be completely flat, which I can't do. And of course, if you want to do your animal noises, ribbit, ribbit. You have to be very careful in frog pose because you can overstretch if you're not careful. So I don't stay in this for a very long time. I know that Debbie could probably stay in this for 15 or 20 minutes maybe, but not this girl. So I usually like to stay on my forearms when I'm in frog pose. It's very comfortable. I don't know if I can get all the way flat. No, I can't go flat because I can't get my knees wide enough. But it feels good. It's a really nice stretch for your hips, for your groin, you know. But if you can't do it, or you just don't like to, that's fine. You can always do wide leg seated forward bend or something like that. And of course, one of the most important things about frog pose is how we come out of it. So you want to come back up onto your palms, and then you can come up a little bit off of your heels if you were sitting back on your heels. Start to move your knees back together, and then release out of it. Now we're all stretched out. It's good stuff. All right, so let's come down on our backs. And let's see, what do I want? See if I want any props to come with us. Yeah, go ahead and bring your strap with you. Just because I can't make up my mind today. I'm having issues. All right. Oh, down on your back. Yes. All right, let's bring the feet flat to the mat. Have the ankles underneath the knees and the feet are about hip width apart. Palms down by your side, pressing into the mat. On the inhale, push into your feet and your hands. Lift your hips into easy bridge, Setu Bandha. If you want to roll and tuck your shoulders underneath, feel free to do so, but I don't think most of you do that, so that's fine. Release your chin away from your chest and guide those knees into the midline of your body. Just breathe. This is a nice one for your back as well as your thighs. And really it's designed for those of us who don't do full wheel, which is another word for back bend. And I don't do it because my arms are not very strong. And we'll exhale the buns down to the mat. Let's extend the left leg out onto the mat, and we're going to bring the right knee into the chest. Take the right arm out to the side of the body. Keep your left hand on that knee. And on the exhale, we're going to twist down to the left into revolved abdomen. So you want to rest that right foot either on the floor in front of you, on top of the extended leg, or you can tuck it behind the extended leg. But try not to leave it hanging out in space. You can look up to the ceiling or look over your right shoulder to extend the twist. Oh, yeah. And if you can't reach your knee, just take your left hand to your right thigh. Or to the outside of the thigh, actually. Just breathe. Then we'll inhale, bringing that knee up. Give it a little hug, extend it onto your mat. And inhale, bringing the left knee in. Take the left arm out to the side. Right hand stays to the left knee. And exhale, we're going to twist to the right. Make sure that your shoulders stay as flat to the mat as possible. And again, you tuck that left foot somewhere so it's not just hanging out in space. And then, of course, you can look up to the ceiling or over your left shoulder. Just breathe. And we'll inhale that knee back up, give it a little hug, bring your right knee in. You can cross your ankles and rock side to side or in circles in cradle rock. Or if you prefer to come into happy baby, you can feel free to do that. Taking your time, massaging any place in your back that's really bothering you tonight. Oh yeah. That feels good. Then we'll come to a stop, uncross the ankles, grab your strap. Take it around the balls of your feet. Inhale, taking the legs straight up to the sky into Viparita Karani. The feet are flexed. You have one end of the strap in each hand. My legs are just kind of going wherever they want to go. Crazy stuff. And then we'll go ahead and widen the legs out into a V. If you want to rock here, feel free to do so. And if you start to rock over, that's okay. You can catch yourself with your elbow. It's fun. Oh, goodness. And then we'll come to a stop. Bring the feet back together. Take your left leg down to the mat. Keep your right foot in the strap, and both ends of the strap go into your right hand. Left arm goes out to the side of the body. Exhale, you're going to take your right leg down to the right. And then if your rear end gets caught under you, push into your left foot, lift your buns, and then set them back down. And then you can extend your left leg if you want. But if you have any kind of back issue, go ahead and keep that left foot flat to the mat. Reclining the hand to big toe with a strap. Not too many of us can do this actually with our fingers to our toes. It's just kind of hard. It's easier to do it standing for some people, but not everybody. Then we'll end up, take the ends of the strap into the left hand, take the right arm out to the side, and exhale, we're going to release the foot to the left. In most cases, it's not going to touch the floor, so don't even worry about it. Keep your shoulders flat to the mat. And you want that right arm out to the side because that's your counterbalance to keep you from twisting too far. Then we'll inhale that leg up. Bring your left leg up into the strap. Take your right leg down onto the mat. Right arm goes out to the side. Left leg goes down to the left. And again, if you need to free your buns, just take your right foot flat to the mat, lift your buns, and set them back down, and then you can extend your right leg. But if you have back issues, you can keep that foot flat until we take the leg to the other side. Always want to support your back and listen to what it's doing. Breathe. That fly just flew past my eyes. It freaked me out. Inhale the left leg up. Take the strap into your right hand. Exhale, we're going to let the leg go across to the right as the left arm goes out to the side. Usually when I'm doing this part, I prop my elbow on the floor, and that's how I keep the leg elevated. And then we'll inhale that leg back up. Bend the knee, release the strap. Let's bring both feet flat to the mat once again. We're going to bring the soles of the feet together and let the knees fall out to the side. Coming into Supta Baddha Konasana, reclining bound angle. You can take your hands to your thighs, to your belly. You can take your arms overhead, interlacing your fingers with the index fingers pointing. Whatever you want to do. If you want to do the neck pull, which I like to do in this pose to release my neck, you'll bring your hands interlaced underneath your head, guide your elbows in towards your face. Then you're going to lift your head, but let it hang heavy in your hands. So your hands are completely supporting your head. And it just stretches your neck out a little bit, just for a few breaths. And then release your head back down to the mat and take your hands wherever you want. Just keep breathing. Then we'll bring the arms down by the side, gently bringing the knees back together. And you guys will get ready for Shavasana. So go ahead and get whatever props you need. I'm gonna get one of those. As we prepare to come into Shavasana. So you want to go ahead and take your legs out to the width of the mat, unless of course you've got a bolster underneath your knees. And then arms down by your side, or you can relax your hands on your belly. Bring your breath back to its natural rhythm. Close your eyes. Just relax into the mat. Completely relaxing your body. Focusing on your breath. let's start to get some movement back into our bodies. Coming very gently out of Shavasana. And while you guys are doing that, I gotta go get a puppy. I'll be right back. I'm coming. I got her. No, she's fine. I'm finishing up right now. All right. Bringing Sasha in here with me while everybody comes back up to seated. She's going to help me give my final thought for the day. Huh, baby? Yes. All right. So let's bring our hands into Anjali Mudra. My final thought for the day is to look for something positive in each day, even if some days you have to look a little harder. So I know that sometimes it's not always easy to find something positive, especially with the way things are going now. But try, because that helps us to get through. So from Sasha and me, we hope you enjoy the rest of your evening. Thank you so much for joining me in my practice. Namaste. Huh, Miss Sasha? Can you say namaste? Yes. So we're going to do some yoga here. Enjoy the rest of your evening, everybody. Love you guys.